W26 Mandarin D052 Mandarin Grammar and Composition Presentation 有台真 Part 1 The Teacher Modules. For these two sections, imagine you are the instructor. Your goal is to make these concepts easy for your classmates to understand. 1. Grammar Spotlight Levels A2, B2. A. Select. Choose one grammar point from the A2, B1, or B2 levels that you find particularly interesting or useful. B. Explain. Clearly define the rule, when to use it, and any common pitfalls. C. Illustrate. Provide 3-5 original examples that clearly show the grammar point in action. 2. Writing Method Masterclass. A. Select. Choose one writing technique or method we have covered in class. B. Explain. Describe how this method works. C. Illustrate. Show couple examples of the method being applied. Part 2. Personal Reflection. Share your personal experience with the English language through the following 4 lenses. 3. The aha moment. Describe something you learned in the past but had forgotten until this class brought it back to you. 4. Real-world recognition. Share an example of a grammar point or writing skill you recently noticed while reading a book, article, or social media post outside of class. 5. Newfound clarity. What is one concept that you finally understand much better now than you did at the start of the term? 6. Future goals. What is your next move? Describe one specific goal you have for your continued language learning. 1. Grammar. A. Selected grammar point distinguishing between Guan and Guan in set phrases like you're going Guan B1 level. B. Explanation. This is a fantastic and very common point of confusion for English speakers, and I had put your finger on a key detail of Chinese fluency. While both characters can be related to the idea of connection or control, they are used in different ways. The core idea is Guan primarily means to close or to involve concern. When I use it in phrases or relationships, I am talking about a connection or lack thereof between things. Guan primarily means to manage, to control, or to bother with. When I use it, I'm talking about the act of intervening or taking responsibility. Let's break down the specific phrases I've mentioned. You're Guan. This means it has nothing to do with me. We use Guan because we are stating there is no connection or relation between me and the situation. Guan means none of your business, or more literally, we can't control or manage things. We use Guan because it's about the act of trying to control or intervene. Common pitfall. Because both Guan and Guan can appear in negative phrases about personal boundaries, it's easy to mix them up. Just remember the feeling Guan is about the relationship, connected or not, while Guan is about the action, intervening or not. Illustrations. A. 你为什么这么难过 Why are you sad? B. 这件事与你无关 This matter has nothing to do with me. I am not connected to it. A. 你应该早点睡觉 You should go to bed earlier. B. 你管我找 You can't tell me what to do. It's none of your business. You can't control my actions. A. 你管太多你买什么东西都与你无关 You control, bother with too much. What I buy has nothing to do with you. 这关系到公司的未来不能模糊. This concerns the company's future. We can't be careless. 我不想管这件事，太麻烦了. I don't want to deal with manage this matter. It's too troublesome. My writing method. 2. Selected technique. Proofreading by reading out loud or backwards. A. Explanation. This is the perfect method for the problem I've described in part 2. When we write, our brains are faster than our hands. We know what we're intended to write, so our eyes skim over the text and automatically correct mistakes in our heads. We see what we should be there, not what is there. Reading out loud forces my brain to slow down and process every single word. My ears hear the words as they are actually written, making it much easier to catch errors like typos, missing words, or awkward phrasing. For an even more powerful mistake, try reading backwards. Start with the very last word of your sentence or paragraph, read it, then move to the second last word, and so on. This completely removes the context and sentence flow, forcing me to focus on the spelling and form of each individual word. It's the ultimate expression against homophone mistakes. Illustrations. Example 1. Catching a homophone mistake. My original sentence written early. I need to buy their new book. Reading out loud, you would hear yourself say, I need to buy their new book. It would sound wrong immediately because there indicates a place. You would realize it should be there. Reading backwards, you read book, new, there, buy, to, need I, see, there, all by itself makes you question its usage. Example 2. Catching a missing word. My original sentence, she went to store to buy milk. Reading out loud, you would say she went to store to buy milk. Your ear would notice the missing article, the before store. Reading backwards, you read milk, buy, to, store, to, went, she. Looking at store, you might think, which store, and realize the is missing. Example 3. Your Pacific Challenge. My original thought, rain and hurry. I want to go to the park too. A direct translation of a Chinese sentence structure. Reading out loud, I want to go to the park too. You would immediately hear how unnatural and repetitive the ending sounds in English. You would know to change it to I want to go to the park too, or I want to go to the park as well. Something I've learned in the past but had forgotten until this class brought it back to me was the difference between Hoyer or Hoyer. Here's the funny thing, I kept writing Hoyer perhaps in my sentences, but my professor kept correcting it to Hoyer. I was confused at first because in my head I was trying to say maybe. For example, I would write, we can go to the park or we can see a movie, but my professor would change it to we can go to the park or see a movie. This class finally made the rule clear for me. I realized that when I am offering a choice between two things, I need to use Hoyer. When I am guessing about something, I use Hoyer. It was a simple mistake, but understanding the difference between these two similar looking words was a real aha moment for me. Now I can stop making that error. An example of a grammar point or writing skill I recently noticed while reading outside of class is that everyone writes differently. For instance, people on Douyin, Kuaishou, and Shangzhou do not have the same style of writing. on Douyin. The writing is often very fast, uses a lot of slang, and is full of sentence fragments to match the quick videos. On Strongzhou, the writing is more descriptive, uses more emojis, and tries to create a Pacific lifestyle aesthetic. It's a real world reminder that correct English isn't just one thing, it changes depending on who I am talking to and where I am talking. One concept I finally understand much better now than I did at the start of the term is the diversity of the classroom itself. At the beginning, I made an assumption about my classmates. Now I have a much clearer understanding that not everyone in this class is from mainland China or is ethnically Chinese. Hearing different perspectives and backgrounds has been a huge part of the learning experience. It's made me more mindful about the examples I use and has shown me how English acts as a bridge between people from all over the world. My next move is to reach a level of writing that feels more natural, accurate, and effortless. My perfectionism means I get frustrated when I make mistakes. Therefore, my specific goal for continued language learning is to not make the same mistake more than once. To do this, I will start a small mistake log whenever a teacher corrects a paper or I catch myself making an error like confusing going in English thought. I will write it down with the correct form. My goal is to actively review this log so I learn from each error and finally stop repeating them. Thank you everyone.